Okay, you can find this activity in your Google Classroom. If you go to classwork, go ahead and open up number 3 for today, and you have your own copy. So I'm going to walk you through each question here. So the very first one, 72% of 100. Well, we know that if we have something out of 100, that's a percent. So if I want 72% of 100, we're going to have 72. So what you're going to do is where it says answer, there's a question mark right now. You're going to erase that question mark, put 72, and then it'll tell you if you're correct. Okay, so go ahead and do the next one, 83% of 100. Feel free to pause the video anytime you need a little bit more time to solve one of these. All right, then when we get to 50% of 300, or I'm sorry, of 30, 50% is the same as 1/2. So if I want 50% of something, I can just think about cutting that in half. So half of 30, go ahead and type that in there, it's 15. So go ahead and do 50% of 14. So you're thinking about half of 14. If something's 50% off, it's half off. Okay, moving on, 25%. We have a couple ways to think about this one. We can think about 20% and 5%, and then add those together. I know 10% of 80 is 8, so 20% is 16. And so if 10% is 8, then 5% would just be 4. So I would have the 16 plus 4. Another option with 25% is that we know 25% is a quarter. So I can think, well, if I take 80 and I split it up into 4 pieces, how many would I have? 25% of 80. Okay, 10% of 60. So if I have 10% of 80, we said that was 8. So go ahead and figure out what would 10% of 60 be. Type that one in there. Oops, I typed in 50 instead. There we go. Okay, then 3% of 100. That's just like the 72 and the 83. 25%. Here's another 25%. So you're thinking about just a quarter of that 200. So you're splitting that 200 up into 4 pieces. 30% of 60. So for this one, you're going to think if I have 10% of 60, we already established that that was 6. So if 10% of 60 is 6, think about taking that times 3, because 10% times 3 is going to give you the 30%. So 10% of 60 is 6. Take that then times 3. Okay, and then for your 15%, for this one and the next one, you may want some scratch paper, but you're going to find 10% and then 5%, and you can add those together. So 10% of 620. Well, we know that that's going to be 62. So then if I want 5% of that, cut it in half to get 31. And then since I want 15% total, you would add your 62 and your 31 together. So you can pause to work that one out. And then on the last one here, 300% of 57. So 100% of 57 is just going to be 57. So if I want 300%, you're then going to take that 57